Hi folks, as some of you may know, it is National Poetry Day this week. Well, National Poetry Week and National Poetry Day is on Friday. So I thought I'd take an opportunity to read one of my poems to you. Now, I thought I'd read one from my book, In the Dead of Winter, because it's winter at the moment, so seems quite apt. Alright, this one is called Excursion in Wind City. Excursion in Wind City. The wind howls over Wellington City, and high up in the hills of Brooklyn a game of chess is being played. It has been a weekend for snuggling under warm blankets next to the heater. The other day we went to the beach and howled stuck feelings at each other on the top of a cliff. As we battled the elements, we battled with emotions and the lies we tell ourselves. It's quite humbling to be confronted with the truth of rocks and wind, alone on a precipice. But soon, the restless pace of life will carry me back northward. I'll bring some wind as a souvenir for the city of sails. Yeah, so that's a poem from my winter book. My winter book is actually getting quite scarce at the moment. There's only 5 of them left, I believe, for sale. So if you want one of those, do get in quick. Now, I do also have a book for each season. So we've got, the winter book is my second book, actually. The first book was The Leaves of Autumn. The third book was The Birth of Spring, which has got a few more poems in it. And then In the Heat of Summer. So 4 different seasons. Yeah, just a little note on each of them. The Leaves of Autumn is a bit more light-hearted and quirky in nature, but they all cross the entire gamut of emotions and styles. They play with a lot of different styles. In the Dead of Winter has actually some of my song lyrics in it. So, and it's also a bit darker, perhaps, and a bit more edgy and a bit more emotional. The Birth of Spring is a real variety, so it's got all sorts of poems in it, and there's a lot of different variety in the spring book. And In the Heat of Summer, yeah, there's a lot of poems in here too. Perhaps a few more fiery poems, yeah, I would have to say. So, but like I say, there's a mixture of a whole lot of different types, but these are the poems that were written particularly in those seasons, so each season kind of carries a bit of a quality with it. Yeah, so we've also got my 5th book, which is Aspiration, and I'm launching this book at Poetry Live on the 1st of November, and Miho Wada's Jazz Trio are going to be playing. They've played at all my other launches, and I'm really excited for them to be playing again because they are really a fabulous international act. And also Matt Harvey's going to be emceeing. He's a great comedian, so do come along. Tuesday, 8 p.m. at the Thirsty Dog. So this book is $25, and it's a collection of the poems that my mum has chosen out of these. So mum's chosen her favourites out of my seasons series, and they've all gone into this book. So yeah, that's got another flavour at all again. So I find that everybody likes different poems. Like, I'll get a person to read through a book and they'll pick out poems that they like, and they'll be completely different from another person reading the book and picking out the poems that they like. So they're quite varied in nature and across the whole gamut of emotions. So the books are $20 each, 1 for $20, 2 for $35, 3 for $50, 4 for $60, all 5 for $80. Of course, Aspiration is $25, but if you buy all 4 of these, you get Aspiration for $20. So if you've bought all 4 of these in the past, I'll give you Aspiration for $20. Alright, that's me. I might come back with another poem tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening.